getting a little bit of elite dangerous lore, all that sort of stuff. And it certainly is part of the game, and it shouldn't be ignored. Has it got any other sort of like impact on, let's face it, what else is going on in the game? Who knows? Not at this stage. And I think certainly with Elite Dangerous Odyssey coming, you know, I would like to hope there could be some more stories around these types of bases. So, go grab yourself a biscuit, buckle in, whether you're watching this as well while you're doing something else. Good for you. Always good to multitask. And we're going to get cracking. I've already jumped to the LP389-95 system. And as a result, it's only going over now to Planet 7. And Planet 7 is going to be where we're going to find, I think it's Velasquez Base, or Velasquez Medical Center. So, here we are. We're in the old Anaconda. Base 7 is what we want. And I've just been jumping down, picking up some more materials from signal sources.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1,
So, here we go. So we're not too far from the 5th base we're going to visit. Now in yesterday's stream we picked up on Carmichael. And I've just gone past it, I know. We've gone Carmichael, we went to Taylor Keep, we went to Stack, and we went to Almeida Landing. Now, Almeida Landing. That was quite good because you started to see, you know, the evidence of what they were doing and the reverse engineering of the weapons. So, Velasquez Medical Research Center. We're not too far out from that. This being the 5th INRA base we're going to visit. Now, always worthwhile picking up on things as well while you're in the area. Check out the signal sources. Specifically check out the Threat 01s. You're going to get quite a bit of materials there. Scrap metal, always handy when doing your engineering on your multi-cannons. Chemical processors, galvanized alloys, and you can pick all those up quite simple. I mean, as we know on the Anaconda, you can see there I've got some collector limpets all ready to go. Just drop in, fire the limpets off, and away you go. Nice and easy. So hopefully we're going to get a little bit of daylight this time. Velasquez. Is it Velasquez? Velasquez Medical Center. So you can only think what's going on here, can't you? So let's wait till we get a good angle. It's going to be on the cusp, so we could see. We could have a little bit of light there. You never know. Right, so we've got a pretty good angle. It is going to be in darkness, which is a hell of a shame, really. It'll add to the atmosphere, though, eh? It'll add to the atmosphere. Okay, we're about to drop out. You know, external views are just showing the ship. A nice shadow of a planet. So nothing to see here. Nothing to see at all. And here we are about to drop. Here we go. So there's the base just coming up now. Smaller base, we can see that. 9 kilometers out. Let's just slow our descent a little bit. And here it is. And you can see it's top of a mountain, really. Not that we can really see much, look, you know. Only when you've got the... Let's see what we can see with our lights. Right, so straight away, as we hit into everything we possibly can. Got materials dotted around, we can see that. Got the nice big storage tank again, with what could more than likely be the Mycoid virus. Got these bridges. You know what? Bridges are a way station. Could be a way station, couldn't it? And more admin buildings. But you've definitely got the big tanks there, look. You know, with Mycoid virus stuff in it. Okay, so we're going to keep all the lights on. Let's get this crate on the ground. Let's see where we can land. Of course, the Anaconda's a big old beast. Now we're getting all the unsuitable terrain rubbish. Just go back a bit. Alignment's okay. And we're down, everybody. Another happy landing. So, here we go. This is Velasquez Medical Center. Or Medical Research Facility. I just think that effect of the Mycoid virus on those tanks is absolutely brilliant. I'll say it before, I'll say it again. I think it's brilliant. You know, when you look at the bigger tanks as well. Happy New Year, Nigel. Hope you and your family are doing well. Keeping safe, I hope. Not going to be much to see. Could be a short one here. Let's get into the old SRV and get cracking. So we got the SRV all sorted out. All our lights on. Cargo scoop deployed. Let's go into this facility. Now there's going to be materials to pick up as well. So we'll have a good go at that. Data to mine and whatnot. Lots of rocks knocking about. Settlement log. Let's give him a scan. That'll let us know instantaneously now how many we've got to get. 5. Vaccine. Aptly named, eh? Let's just pick these up as quick as we possibly can. So far, no materials yet. Normally we're falling all over the things. So that's 4 logs we've found. All nice and eerie. Let's go get a data point. Let's get around the back of these buildings. There's another log there. We can scan, there it is. And that's all 5. Time to carry on our quick look around. So we've scanned that one. Done that one. No materials to pick up. None that I've seen yet, anyway. So, there you go. Let's hear the logs. So, vaccine. Velasquez. Here we go.
I don't know who they were exactly. Some corporate bigwigs. But they definitely convinced the board. I can't say I'm surprised. They offered a lot of money for access to our labs, apparently. The board probably didn't even ask what they wanted them for. At least I got the bosses to promise the lab wouldn't be used to make biological weapons. This is a medical facility, after all. I will not be bullied into participating in this so-called war just because some corporation gave us their money.
You've got to admire people's naivety, really, haven't you? Here's log 2.
It turns out they want us to make some kind of vaccine. An antidote for an unnamed biological weapon. They've given us samples and data, but whenever we press for more information, our requests are met with silence. We're working in the dark, with our hands tied behind our backs. In practical terms, we've got everything we need, but I have no idea where half of it comes from. They've given us material the weapon's been tested on, both organic and inorganic. Human and non-human. I'm starting to wonder if the weapon's even designed to target humans.
Well, if you've been given non-human material, put 2 and 2 together, eh? So here we are, we're on to vaccine number 3. Shorter log this time.
We've finally been given access to a sample of the weapon, and it's opened up all kinds of avenues. I still worry about the ease with which our benefactors acquired the samples, but I'm probably just being paranoid. They obviously have deep pockets. Having access to unlimited funds must open all kinds of doors.
Now for log 4.
After months of research, the solution ended up being pretty simple. Once you break it down, it's a fairly straightforward organic compound. Little more than a fungus, really. We tested the vaccine on some of the older samples, and while it doesn't undo any existing damage, it does prevent the weapon from doing any further harm. Our sponsors certainly seem happy.
So they found this vaccine that can either stay the effects of the Thargoid weapon in older samples or act as a vaccine beforehand. Here's log 5.
The lab is being dismantled. Seems our sponsors want to move us to a new location. Their representatives appeared a few days ago, demanded that all data be transferred to their servers and all samples be put into storage, ready to be moved. Why are they doing this? The lab more than meets our needs. They made sure of it. I tried to talk to them, but I just got stonewalled. Apparently, all information is on a need-to-know basis. And I don't need to know.
That old gag. They don't need to know. So, a short hop, a short base there. Velasquez. Nothing to pick up. Just some data. We pretty much had our data as well. Let's get back on board the Anaconda and zoom off to our next INRA location. Right, there we go. Board ship. So that was Velasquez Medical Center, and that is in the LP 389-95. Next, we're off to Hogan Depot, and that's in the HIP 7158 system on planet A2B. Now, Hogan Depot, again, more the same as what you see on all these bases. That's where we are at the moment. So planet 7. Onto the galaxy map. Couple of jumps away. No great shakes or dramas. Let's go. Commander Bullet, welcome back. Back for more INRA mystery and goodness, no doubt.
Landing gear retracted.
So we've got 5 jumps to go. Let's get rid of that. So we can
Drive charging.
break the planet's gravity. Onto the escape vector. Escape vector, Victor. And we're away. So, Hogan Depot is next. Power to the engines. Not much to see, as you can imagine, because we were pretty much in darkness. And, you know, we've got some sunlight effectively peeking round. Yeah, back for more, eh? Oh, it was funny. I had some guy commenting on the stream this morning. Oh, that was 2 hours of boredom, that was. Do you know what I mean? Well, do you know what? It's not all action and money making in Elite. And I said, well, you know, just go and watch something else then. I don't know. Button Moon or Bear in the Big Blue House. Didn't hear back from him. Not to worry, eh? Everyone's a critic. Right, so we're lined up. Get our discovery scanner ready. And jump.
Drive charging.
Couple of jumps to go, but not too many. Yes, the Anaconda is indeed a thing of beauty, especially with the Galnet skin on that came out last year, I think it was. I do like that. I got a neon skin as well. Looks all a bit Tron. Quite like that too. Right, so here we go. This is our first stop off.
Fuel scooping.
Let's get a bit of fuel on the go. What have we got in this system? And my keys aren't working. Good God. Commanders, Federal Security Services. All that rubbish. Why isn't that working? Good God. Right, that'll do. Let's get on our merry way.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
The Shui sector. ZU-Y C21. That's the next on our stop. Bit of a scan. Oh, it's actually given us a little bit of control, look. Which is fantastic. 3 jumps to go. Just take a look, see what's in system. A couple of signal sources knocking about. So we've got... Where is it? That one there. Scan it up.
System scan complete.
You see, we've also got a lot of signal sources. Degraded emissions. Now these will have materials that we typically want. and can be dead easy just to drop in and pick up. There you go. Probably there was more than likely going to be more.
Fuel scooping.
Let's just drop in and see what we can get. You got the limpets. Didn't pick up any materials in the last mission to Velasquez Medical Research Center. This is part of the reasons why I'm doing it. You know, I'm doing the farming of the chemical manipulators, chemical storage units, scrap metal. And I'm not doing too bad. You know, we've got quite a few things. Some things we're light on, obviously. You know, but chemical processes, that's sneaking up there. Loads of shards. It's not all about going to Dav's Hope. And, you know, it's a bit of fun. So let's hammer on over. Now, in the UK, a lot of people are back to work for the first time, really, tomorrow. I know some of you have probably already been in work. I'm not going back until Thursday. Give me a bit of time to get some videos ready, get some streaming done. So we're going to hammer on over here. We're going to drop out, deploy the limpets, see what we can pick up, and we'll be away. Back on our journey. Certainly not going to go to all of these. I mean, some of these, look, they're 11,000 light years away. Rubbish. Not doing that. Let's just see what we get here. More signal sources being discovered. Here we go. Now here's all, you're also probably going to get private data beacons. And that's pretty too good. You know, that's... Oh, definitely. Definitely, Steve. Too right. These things are just on the way, and it's something to break up, you know, the monotony. And there's a lot of new players out there as well who might not think to go to these degraded emissions areas to pick up materials. And you can get anything between 3 items till about 10. I had 10 earlier on. It was great. That's a good point with the high-res sites. Rock in there with a ship. Loads of limpets. So what have we got here then? Mechanical equipment, shield emitters, salvaged alloys. Not to be sniffed at.
Cargo scope deployed. Programming limpet drone.
And there's the wreckage you can't quite see because it's all very dark. Now here's something strange, right? I noticed this earlier on. There's the cargo hatch. You can see it. Right? There it is. Earlier on, my limpet controller was not taking it there. It was putting it there. In the SRV bay. Strange. I actually got it on video doing it. But there's more than a couple of ways, which is my point, to get these materials other than just trundling around in your SRV. But Steve, that's a really good idea. Let's think about it. Those ships get destroyed. They'll spew their cargo all over the area. And away they go. That's all we're picking up there. Let's get on our merry way. We had chemical processors, mechanical equipment, God knows whatever else we had. So we're on our way now to Hogan Depot. Two more jumps to go. A couple of signal sources there, look. Terminal. All these other areas that could hold, you know, all these different logs and things to go and scan. I wonder if many people bother.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Convoy dispersal pattern. Not going to bother with that. Let's take a look at the Principal Analysis Authority. It's on the way. It's not too far away. A little bit of a change of scenery. Might have some logs for us. So I'm not sure if Phil's on at the moment, Phil Barlow, but indeed Cobra Kai is on Netflix in the UK. Season 3. I had a good 3 episodes of that last night. Yeah, you're right. No limpet gets left behind, apart from that one. Now this is normally going to take the form of an orbital installation orbiting a planet or a star. I'm going too fast. But are normally quite good things to look at. Okay. The Principal Analysis Authority. Okay, we're not too far. Here we are. Sun just peeking around the side of that planet. Look at that. It's a lovely view. Let's speed up so we can get past here. Loop of shame. You got it. You got it, Ian. Right. Yeah, there it is. It finally drew itself. Okay. So, what we got? Government installation. Beluga liner knocking about. Let's scan the installation if there's anything to pick up on. Targets are identified. Are they really? Here we go. So we've got... It's taking its time today drawing all this, isn't it? Power nodes, power capacitors, radiator panels, a cargo bay. So nothing in the view of a log or anything like that. But you can go around and take a look at things should you want to. But they're quite nice, you know, installations. I just wish more was being done with them, you know? Because they are quite spectacular. Taken directly out of a CQC as well. But you can fly through them as well. Now, am I going to take an anaconda through them? No, I am not. Because I'll get stuck. It'll be really embarrassing. And... who wants to do that? Very important look. Don't forget your limpets. But yeah, there you go. No logs there for us. So, let's go on our merry way. The hell's all this now all of a sudden? Defense turrets. Now we've got a bit... I'm going to crash. Right. Power capacitors. Hackable data transmitter. Well, we haven't got hack and limpets on this. Fighter bays. Maintenance hatches. All these things you can do. But if you do that, you do start tinkering with all this. This might not be the stream for you, mate. I'm just saying. Cargo bays, all the rest of it as well. And also a good source of high energy wakes if you want to do some scanning. I forget who was asking about that, on yesterday's stream. But you know, it's also defense systems, defense turrets and all that. So you do want to be naughty and start hacking maintenance hatches. You know, you're going to get a meeting with these turrets. Right. Let's get out of here. Navigation. Where were we? On to our next destination. You're right, Commander Bullet. You can always synthesize them should you have the materials. I think you get five limpets per instance of synth. There's always been that time when you're mining and you go, oh, do you know what? If I had 5 more limpets, I could get some more materials. Always handy.
Fuel scooping. System scan complete.
So not much in this area. We're going to scoop some fuel. There you go. And on to HIP 7158, which will be the location of Hogan Depot.
Disengaged. Frameshift drive.
Time to jump. Ports open on the side of the Anaconda. Leave this unimpressive star system behind. We're off. we're here. We've arrived. We want A to B.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
And as we start heading towards that, we can take a look at what's in the system. So, quite a bit going on. That's where we're going. There you go, another planet with rings, metal rich. And icy. Let's put our flipper down and get there. Yeah, it's always that thing. It's like, oh, you know, I'll just go and synthesize some more. Now, if you look at the limpets here, right, it's only basic limpets you can get. But iron and nickel. So, you know, 10 iron, 10 nickel, and you only get 5 limpets. It's not very good, is it? And then all of a sudden, you run out of nickel. And you're like, that's literally everywhere. There we go. Hogan Depot. Or Depot, if you're from America. There, we're going to try not to overshoot this. Getting there nice and easy. Are we going to be blessed with some sunlight? This is the question. Who knows? Looks like we will be blessed with sunlight. Cool. Let's slow it down. And that makes a nice change, doesn't it? Not just seeing a black screen and a silhouette of a ship. Yeah, I think you're right there, Steve. I reckon it's a missed opportunity if there's not full-blown war with the Thargoids. Especially with the first-person shooter side of things. They need to be doing something with them. Because they're just a bit of a damp squib at the moment, aren't they? I still just marvel. You know, it's nothing astounding, but I marvel at the graphics of this game. I think in next week's streams, I'll be working on my Thargoid build. So we're gliding away nicely. Right on track. There it is. Just see it over there if you put the night vision on. Commander Bullet. Need 2 accounts, dude. Just you don't go missing anything. So we are on our way. Hogan Depot. That would be good, wouldn't it? Think about that. Docking with another ship. Or, right, taking out the power core or their engines and then boarding another ship to take that player out 1v1. Now that would be something, wouldn't it? Let's get the lights on. Again, a bit dilapidated. The signs are all crooked. Huge storage tanks. Though this is Hogan Depot, everybody.
Landing gear deployed.
Is it going to let me land? Yeah, it is. Good stuff. So let's take a bit of a nose. See what we can find. So yeah, we got the tanks. Don't see anything lying about material-wise. This could be a bust. Stealing ships, you know what? I don't think that's going to be a thing. But like, and I've been thinking about that.
Drive assist on.
I don't know how that mechanic would work in game. But I know what you mean.
Warning.
You pull up to a planet, someone's left the keys in the Anaconda,
Cargo scoop deployed.
and all of a sudden you've gone from a sneaky little sidewinder to an Anaconda. Sell the ship on the black market, get some credits. No materials here. Well, none that I've seen so far. There's a comms. Getting those logs. So more than likely just those three, which we happen to have. Here we are, look. Pesticides.
Every day the orders come dropping off more of this stuff. Others come to pick it up. So we've been told not to ask questions. See, there's rumours it's some kind of pesticide, right? But with the amount we got in storage, they must be expecting one hell of an outbreak.
So they think it's, you know, a blight.
Some of the top brass from INRA's visiting. Boss says he was here to talk about investment, but this guy had a military smell all over him. Another public thinks that INRA is this great cooperative enterprise, but I don't buy it. I think there's more to them than meets the eye. One thing's for sure, They're running the show here.
Bit of disillusionment setting in from the average Joe.
So, the inbound orders have stopped coming, but the collection ships are still flying in. The place finally is being emptied. I was talking to one of the order pilots down the docks today. According to her, this is all part of some kind of top-secret anti-Thargoid weapon thing. Apparently, they're flying the stuff to a med research facility in LP 389-957, wherever that is. She reckons this has been going on for months at sites all over the galaxy. So, it's not pesticide then? Well, at least not in the conventional sense.
So that is a clue, basically, to a place where we've already visited, which is Velasquez Medical Center in LP 389-95-7. Well, we already know about that. So, it would seem, however, not much else to see or do or pick up here. I mean, I'm having a look around. There's nothing here to do or scan. No, you're right there, Steve. It needs something like that to give the game a little bit more depth. Like, you should be able to deploy, say, a sentry turret outside your ship to perturb anybody from breaking into it. Or, you know, you have to physically set the ship to go onto defense mode, so no one's going to take it. That would be a good dynamic, and quite easy, I think, to program into the game.
Incoming message.
I've actually got something out of here. Look, what have I got here? Classified scan databanks, cracked industrial firmware, specialized legacy firmware. That's quite the bounty, wasn't it? Nothing else here to pick up, mind. So, time to get back in the old DBX. DBX. You got me saying DBX. It's bloody Anaconda, isn't it? Board that ship. Next on our list is going to be Maize Chemical Plant. And that's going to be in HIP 59382 on planet 1B. Alright, this will be a little bit different. So that's where we're going. Shame there's something there to pick up. You know? Never mind. Where have they got us jumping to now? Well, no. What am I doing? Hit 59382. Back over there, look. Let's get ourselves a route. 575 light years. Not bad. Quite the poke. You're right there, Roger. They are a little bit heavy-handed, but, you know, they reserve the right to keep tweaking things, don't they? You know, as things go on.
Retracted.
Does give them the opportunity to listen to the community then, if people moan enough about it. And when I say moan, I don't mean anything derogatory, but, you know, complain. Well, they're going to have to get Odyssey right, to be honest, because otherwise they stand to risk to lose a whole section of the player base to Star Citizen. What we don't want, I don't think what the community wants or anybody wants, is another Star Citizen where is, you know, it's an unfinished game that's been released. So they've got to get a lot of it right. And let's be fair, a lot of the work is already done for them. I mean, what are they putting in? A little bit of first person around space station, set maps. So you'll have a couple of different maps, a couple of arenas, and a couple of generated planets.
Fuel scooping.
We're going to get some fuel. Well, you can, can't you? I mean, you can trade for it, but I know what you mean. You'd be able to say, right, here's loads of credits. I want a chemical analyzer. I suppose, I'm not even saying it should be cheap. What I'm saying is that, you know, there should be an option to buy these sort of things. You're right there, Steve. So we've got 4 of these left. And then it's back to the Jameson crash site. That'll do for us. Moving onwards. There's Andy.
Frame shift drive charging.
We're going to jump, scan, and we're going to be there in no time. We have got 6 jumps to go. Very nearly a full tank of gas. I mean, I've seen an awful lot of people out there doing the materials farming, like what I've been doing, because they think, well, that's going to be the next thing to be fixed. So we got your nav beacons, some unidentified signal sources, all that sort of stuff.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frame shift drive charging.
Really, I wasn't aware of that. I mean, see, they've got the PC, they've got the PlayStation, they've got the Xbox, they've got the Mac. At least I still think they've got the Mac. Haven't they? Or was the Mac version removed because the Mac can run the Windows emulator for it now? Yeah, but Linux, not so much.
System scan complete. Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged. Frame shift drive charging.
I mean, I've also seen as well on, especially the Oculus Quest 2, you can play Xbox games. Now, without an Xbox, all you need is the Live Pass, I think it is. And that's quite interesting. But it's like £10 a month, right? Totally agree with you there in regards to what's going on with... Yeah, there's a resource extraction site there. Look, nice high. A couple of other ships going on. Right. Let's go over to the next one. But I agree with you, cross-platform needs to happen. Other games are proving it's making it so. Whether there's a cost involved in that, I don't know. My son was moaning that he's got this Xbox Series X and he's playing Call of Duty on that with his brother. But when he goes online, does multiplayer, he gets hammered by people on the PC. I said, well, should have spent the money and bought yourself a decent PC then, shouldn't you? You didn't see the funny side of that. But some games do lend themselves to the PC as opposed to a console. More than the others. I think, anyway. There should be more open play, but then again, you know, this is basically consumerism. They want to get you either on a PC, a PlayStation, or an Xbox, don't they? Then charge you the earth for the games. I mean, some of the games for the Series X are like £65. And there's not many of them out. There's Call of Duty, Cyberpunk, which apparently isn't worth the paper it's written on, right? And Valhalla. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which I must say does look really good. Right, so we're scooping, and then we're ready to go on our merry way. Some ships in system. We're going to ignore them. 2 more jumps to go.
Frameshift drive charging.
Really? So, one more jump for us.
System scan complete. Fuel scooping.
Still getting some free fuel. Lining up nicely. This is our destination. Hit 59382. Maize chemical plant where they make the Mycoid virus. Okay, let's jump and get there. Steve, you're a big tease. That's what you are. But no, I totally get it. You know, you want that. You want that. You want the glory for yourself. That's where we're going. That's where our base is going to be. We're going to pop on now. Hit up that signal source. Because we need some more materials. See, mining, Ace. It's the root of all evil. You'll just lose too much time in it. So I'm just going to pop onto this degraded emissions signal source to pick up some materials because it's been a little bit weak at some of the INRA plants. Of course, I just flown past the bloody thing. So a whole 20 minutes degradation time remaining. We're going to be in and out in about 3. Windy in Florida, is it, Nigel? Oh. Be snow next. Right, let's jump out. Couple of items, a private data beacon and mechanical scrap, which is basically what we want. Let's target that beacon, scan it up, let our limpet go off to its thing,
Incoming message.
and from that we've got modified consumer firmware and irregular emission data. So, good stuff. Worthwhile dropping out just for that. So now we're going to be going all the way to planet 1B. I'm caught on something now, aren't I? Look. I'm not going anywhere. I'm caught on wreckage. Right, where are we? Where are we going? So a short hop, we should be getting our Maize chemical plant. Location. Of course, I've been here years before. I know where all the things are. Let's not overshoot.
System scan complete.
Providing I don't come to a sticky end, there's going to be some decent exploration data here. Here's our planet. Nice dirty old planet. Maize chemical plant. Looks like it's going to be a bit dark to me. Let's start our approach.
Orbital flight engaged.
Another black, uninspiring world. Gliding time. And here we are, Maize chemical plant. And we're lucky to come in right on top of it. Now on a side of a crater by the look of it. Let's get the landing gear down.
Landing gear deployed. Programming limpet drone.
Don't know why I did that. Now from the air, straight away, what we can see is chemical storage tank set into the ground. We've seen all this before. Is that material dotted around finally? Is the limp?
Limpet expired.
Do you know what? I thought the limpet was going to pick that up then. Let's try that again.
Programming limpet drone. Cargo scoop deployed.
I've never tried that, using limpets to pick things up from the ground.
Collector limpet
No, it
expired.
won't do it. It had a bloody good go though, didn't it? Yeah, because that would be far too easy, wouldn't it? Let's face it. Alright, let's get on the deck. Got some unsuitable terrain. Unsuitable terrain. Looks like I've crashed into the ground. And we're down.
Retracted.
What have we got? Well, we knew we got materials dotted around, simply because the limpet went wild for it. And there's our crashed limpet, which is good. I wonder if I can pick that up. Huh? I wonder. Be interesting, won't it? Just something I hadn't tried before.
Drive assist on. Low gravity warning.
Right.
Cargo scoop deployed.
Let's not get carried away. Let's see what we can get. So, there's a log. Basic conductors. Yeah, we can do with some of that. We got your galvanizing alloys. We got loads of those. But there's our limpet, everyone. Look. Bigger than what you think, aren't they? Just take a look. So, in comparison to the SRV, oh, for God's sake. You know, it's a fair old size, isn't it? You know, compared to that, let's just go above and have a look. You know, it's a good size. And when you think about it, the SRV can hold 2 tons of whatever, right, in the back. And if that's a ton, right, that's not quite marrying up on scale, is it? Would you say? But anyway, there you go. Let's have a quick look around what we got here. Scan that. How many have you got on this one? Two more to find. There's one just around the corner. Let's scan this for a bit of data.
Incoming message.
You've got these massive buildings, INRA, plastered all over them. These huge tanks as well. We got your salvaged alloys. Yes, we'll have that. Another uplink. See you, Steve. Nice to speak to you. Have fun with Raxler. So we'll continue down the middle. See what else we've got to pick up. The storage tanks here. Galvanizing alloys, we've got that. Of course, we've doubled back on ourselves now. Back into the center of the entire place. And I remember seeing this for the first time thinking, wow, you know, that's some heavy stuff. Need both of these. You know, at least there's something to... Now here's the thing, look, right? Odyssey comes out. Right? Odyssey comes out. What's in that door? You know? What's in that door? What's in that door there? Those are the questions I have. This big hangar. Rolling past the tanks now. Right, what have we got? Did I scan that? I did. Have I got them all? I honestly can't remember. No. Got one more to get. Can't be too far away, can it? Let's carry on down here. Over this sort of way bridge sort of thing. It's got to be round here. I've completely missed one by the look of it. Let's put the night vision on so we can see exactly what's going on. So I've been down there. Nothing. I've scanned that. I'm just seeing data. Well, there's a data terminal. I've scanned that. Let's put some method in it. So we did that. It's got to be over here. Yeah, here it is. Right, so we've got all the logs. Are there any materials to pick up? Anything nice and tasty? Doesn't look like. Yeah, that's what we've got so far. There's our crash limpet. A couple of other things as well. Doesn't think there's anything else we need to pick up. In which case then, got encrypted files, blah blah blah, thank you very much. Discovered logs. Project Mycoid, log 1. Here we go.
I understand that this is a lucrative contract, but I really think we need to take a second look at the production schedule. We have neither the facilities nor the workforce to deliver what's been promised. Furthermore, the facility should be subjected to a complete decontamination before we start. That could take weeks. Essentially, we can't produce the chemicals in the quantity requested within the given time frame. It just can't be done. I'd also like to renew my request for more information on the purpose of the chemical.
And there you have it. People asking questions. Won't get him any answers though, will it? You are. Elgi Sung, Site Manager.
Welcome to the position of Site Manager. We're looking forward to working with you on the Mycoid project. I understand that you have raised questions regarding the reassignment of your predecessor. It was decided that her experience and expertise could be put to better use in another part of our organization. As discussed, it is of the utmost importance that the chemical be in production within 3 weeks. We have every faith in you.
Sounds like utter corporate rubbish to me. Here we go.
Our analysis has confirmed that the latest batch was contaminated and is therefore useless. I'm sure we hardly need to remind you how essential it is that this project proceeds without complication. The cause of the contamination must be determined immediately. We cannot afford any more mistakes.
And the last log. Here we go.
The issue with the previous batch arose because your unrealistic deadlines forced us to take shortcuts. If we were given more time, mistakes of this kind would not occur. With that said, we have rectified the issue and extended working hours so we can replace the tainted batch without deviating from schedule. The next shipment will arrive in HIP 7158A2D within 72 hours.
And there you have it. HIP 7158A2D, Hogan Depot. So, nothing else to do here or see. We've scanned everything, done everything. On to the next one. And the next one we're going to is Klatt Enterprises, which is in the Alnath system. There you go. Back a bit. And board. Okay, so where are we going? Galaxy map. And we've got a few people, you know, a few things kind of around where we are. We're not too far away from the core systems, really. So if you look from where we are here, where's Lave? ...128 light years away. It's not too far, is it? Anyway. Here we are. Alnath. That's where you want to be. Got a couple of jumps to go. Engines on. And back there is an INRA base, all left in darkness. Crazy. You'd never know it was there, or never knew it wasn't there. Okay. Let's get rid of this so we can jump out.
Frameshift drive charging.
Line up to our escape vector.
Ready to engage. 4, 3, 2, 1.
And let's get on our way. Still can't jump yet. Okay, here we go. We should be able to jump.
Frameshift drive charging.
Only 5 jumps to go to that location. Next stop, Carton.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
We've got loads of fuel. No point refueling just yet.
Fuel scooping.
Doing a bit of sneaky scooping. Just so we get around that planet.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
And jump.
Drive charging.
And this is good because, you know, now people have got a lot of carriers, and I'm guilty of this. I jump the carrier everywhere because it's just easy. Carrier, jump over there, 500 light years. I'll be back in 15 minutes. It's just easier, as opposed to doing all this. Then you could argue this really is the way it's meant to be played.
Fuel scooping.
As long as you've got a decent jump range, and I'm knocking on the door about 50 light years in this Anaconda.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Here we go. 2 jumps left.
Fuel scooping.
Now we have got a port here.
Scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Here we go. And here we are, Alnath. We finally got here.
Fuel scooping.
Let's do some scooping. Alnath A2AA is what we want. That's the place. That's where Klatt Enterprises is. Let's get a bit of fuel. Mr. D, thanks for subscribing. Welcome. So while the ship takes on fuel, and that's what we're currently getting our fuel from. That'll do. Let's get on our way to our destination.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Alnath A2AA. Now we have scanned the local vicinity. But I'm not going to get too carried away with the FSS scanner. Right. So, Klatt Enterprises. Another INRA base. Now we're getting closer. Should appear on our... Oh, not yet. I thought it would have picked up by now. We're not getting anything. But we know it's there. There it is. Klatt Enterprises. Here we go. Hopefully it'll be in some sort of light. I'm getting fed up of all the darkness now. That's where it's quite good to get into Subnautica and get back into a decent colour palette. Get away from that planet, swing it around onto Klatt Enterprises. What interesting coloured planet. So that's where we're going. Got a bit of daylight, which is good. The foot of that mountain. In fact, we can just make it out now. You can see it right there in the centre of the reticule. Happy New Year, Ryzen Fox. Here we go. 9.2 clicks away. Let's just close that distance a bit. Bit of a neater base than what we've seen. Less action has befallen it, if you know what I mean. Or is it just a case that you can see what's going on because it's not in total darkness? Gear down.
Landing gear deployed.
Let's move back a little bit. Hey, we're finally down. Good. Right. Brilliant. Klatt Enterprises, everybody. This is where we are now.
Drive assist on.
Keeping an eye on my fuel.
Low gravity warning. Cargo scope deployed.
Okay. So again, INRA base. Klatt Enterprises, big multinational. Or multi-galaxy. We've got some sort of contraption up there. We'll take a look at that in a minute. Let's get round and scan all the items that we need. Get the data point.
Incoming message.
More materials to pick up. You see, we can get mechanical scrap. Always nice to have some of that. Shield emitters we don't need. Sort of administration testing area here. Can we get through that little gap? Just about. Comms log update, scan that. Right. 16-point turn. Yeah, and not a lot of people know. It all depends how long you've been sort of playing the game, really. Not an awful lot of people know about them. It all took place effectively about 3 years ago, like a sort of a treasure hunt sort of affair, and you know, Frontier had us all jumping around the galaxy. Looking for things and uncovering these clues, and since then, new graphics card and what have you, so I come round and have a look. It's a good way of getting materials as well. Now, this is quite interesting. The Mycoid hazard. Right? Emblazoned around here. And a very sort of similar pit, I think we saw at Stack. With all bits of Thargoid in it. Now we can get in here. Now those there, bits of Thargoid. But, and here's the thing, you can't pick it up. Can't collect it, can't analyse it. Missed the trick there, didn't he? But this base got these cranes as well. Look for getting it, I'd imagine, from here. Extreme caution written on the top. Look, danger. Trolleying it around. Putting it there. And then you've got these tanks and whatnot to administer the Mycoid weapon. But I think that bit there, this base of all of them, I think is one of my favourite bases. Because A, you can see what you're doing, and B, you can see what you're doing, and you can see what's going on. And of course, you've got this lovely sort of mother of pearl effect you see around the Thargoid ships, the crash Thargoid ships that you can visit going on. You know? So this is Klatt Enterprises. So you can't pick up anything here. We're just picking up some log data. Let's have a quick look to see. We've got some encrypted files, industrial firmware, lovely. More of those. Discovered logs. We've got to find 2 more, number 2 and number 3. And while we're here, pick up more items. Right, so we've scanned that, we've been around that part. I think we've pretty much had that one. Got him. Keeping an eye out for materials as well. Yeah, you're right, it is shaped like the interceptors. So we did a stream yesterday where I covered the first 4 bases. So that's on the channel. Check that out. And then there's a link to my original playlist for the INRA bases. Crystal shards, don't need those. And that's all the logs. We got them. So I'm having a little trundle about. Seeing what else we can pick up. Heat conduction wiring. Really good for materials, you know. This massive sort of administration building hangar here, right next to a huge INRA Mycoid deposit. Crystal shards. I think that's kind of it, to be honest. We've got all the logs, we can play the logs now. Just want to make sure I've picked up all the items. So, here are the logs for Klatt Enterprises in the Alnath system. So, history will decide. Log 1.
Finally, we have a breakthrough. A researcher at the facility in the Hermitage 4A system has found something, stumbled onto something by all accounts, and it's pushed our research forward dramatically. Essentially, it's a kind of fungus, one that appears to have a significant effect on Thargoid technology. We knew their tech was partly biological, but until now we couldn't find a way to use that fact to our advantage. The theory is that if we could somehow get the fungus into their starships, specifically their hyperdrives, we could shut them down. They'd be unable to leave their system. We could end the war in a single stroke.
So that's their plan.
so we can properly test the effects of the Mycoid. We also have access to an intact Thargoid ship and a living specimen. I plan to test the Mycoid on both. Some of my colleagues have expressed reservations about experimenting on a living creature, but I have no such qualms. We must know what the Mycoid can do.
He is an evil scientist with no morals. But they have a ship, and they have a Thargoid. We know this.
Excellent news. We have received a second specimen. We can now accelerate the pace of our testing. So far, our experiments indicate that the fungus affects not only the Thargoid's technology, but also their physiology, as evidenced by the degeneration of our specimen. These results are highly encouraging. If the Mycoid can hurt them, truly hurt them, we may have found the means to win this war. Several of my colleagues have left the project in protest over our treatment of the creature. If it were up to me, I would have them executed as traitors.
Oh, he's harsh. Log 4.
Our latest tests were extremely successful. The Mycoid can paralyze a Thargoid system, either physical or technological, in a matter of seconds. It is extremely effective. I confess, the knowledge that the Mycoid causes the Thargoid's physical pain brings me some measure of satisfaction. But when one has seen firsthand the effect of their weapons, seen the destruction, the chaos, the bodies, can one be blamed for wanting them to suffer as we have?
But who poked who first? That's the question, isn't it? Did we poke the Thargoids, or they just turn up? Or did some bellend like that Clark Barrow Thargoid killer, whatever he was, who got his ass handed to him? Did he start it all? Well, could be, couldn't it?
The hauliers have departed for the HIP 593821B system with the samples, ready to start mass production. We know the Mycoid works. Now it falls to other members of the project to determine how it can be effectively deployed. I know there are some who will condemn me for my part in this project. Let them. I harbor no remorse. The Thargoids understand only one thing: destruction. They will not stop until every last one of us has been reduced to dust. We have created a weapon that can prevent such a catastrophe. We have a moral obligation to use it.
So let's face it, bit of a dubious moral obligation there. You have to say that. But that was Klatt Enterprises, and a scientist with dubious morals, to say the least, calling people who don't agree with him traitors, being perfectly fine with the genocide of another race, such as the Thargoids. So some heavy stuff is starting to unfold now. Next up is going to be Hollis Gateway in the Hermitage system. Okay, here we go. Boarding the ship. get ourselves out of here. Galaxy map. Hermitage. Where are they going to have us jumping now, I wonder? Another 149 light years. Fortunately, about 3 to 4 jumps for us. Now we are leaving. Klatt Enterprises. Time to crack on and get somewhere else.
Charging.
Off to the Renette system. We've got 4 jumps. We got fuel. Let's go.
Ready to engage.
Next system is a system called Bob.
Fuel scooping.
Bit of a scoop. Just top them off.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
The Bob system. Makes you wonder what's going to be there, innit? Okay, so what's here?
System scan complete.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
So, next up. Okay. One more jump for us.
Fuel scooping.
Nothing much here. A couple of outposts, a couple of signal sources. We could jump in and get some materials. But I kind of want to get to Hollis Gateway as soon as I possibly can. Look at the galaxy map. You know, it's not too far away. I mean, we've got an awful lot of things. There's an awful lot of stuff happening down here, look. And we're not a million miles away from engineers. Which is good. Okay, got some more fuel now. Let's go. Just clear on the side of the star. And go.
Frameshift drive charging.
Now here at Hermitage we want planet 4A, and that's going to be Hollis Gateway. So here we are. There's a carrier in system. We want 4A. Right there. A couple of clicks away. As soon as we get close enough, Hollis Gateway, we've got 1,000 light seconds. When we get about 1,000 light seconds away from it, we will get the base show up. So what's in system? Why is there carriers here? I wonder. I wonder. Icy rings, eh? Well, this one. Again, icy rings. We haven't mapped it. Interesting. And we got a load of unidentified signal sources as well. Well, we're coming in. Slow down a bit. Hollis Gateway is what we want. How does a carrier determine which planet to orbit? I think if you scanned the system, you can say, I want my carrier to go to a planet. However, if it's too full, or that particular orbit is too full, it'll choose the next one, I think. That's how I think it works. So we're kind of caught in the gravity of the planet, so we'll try and get around the other way. And here we are on approach, Hollis Gateway. Be slowing down a bit.
Orbital flight engaged.
Another black planet with another deep and dark and suspenseful base to explore. So we're not too far away from this. We can see it's being made out now as we're getting really close. We're right on top of it. Hollis Gateway. I can already see the stack buildings. Right, we'll start slowing down. Now, again, looks nice and neat, doesn't it? Gear.
Landing gear deployed.
Let's move around a bit. We're down. Let's see what we got. Well, you know, no different really to all the other ones. Got the tanks. Got the wonky sign because it shows it's derelict. More whopping great big tanks there of Mycoid. And there will be logs. Will there be materials? Might be. Okay. Let's deploy.
Drive assist off.
Nice and dark.
Low gravity warning.
Oh, come on. Here we go. Right. Got all our lights on. Let's put our night vision on. Let's put our cargo scoop down just in case. Let's get in, scan some data points, get some logs, and get out. So, first step, data point.
Incoming message.
There's a log. By scanning one, it will tell us how many messages we can expect to get. Discovered logs, so we've got 4 to find. There's another log there. Not seeing any materials laying about, and usually they're strewn around in a right haphazard manner. So we've got 2 out of the 4. Will be 3 out of the 4. No materials round here to collect, which is a shame. And that's all the logs done. So we could effectively leave right now because there's nothing else to do or look at. I mean, we've got, again, another atmospheric base. You know? Which is a bit of a shame because, you know, that's it. Bit of low grav here. Right. Let's get our logs. Where are they? Discovered logs. So technology testing. 4 logs. Here we go. Log 1.
We received a very exciting delivery today. Pieces of recovered Thargoid technology, even fragments of spacecraft. Most of the samples are damaged, but we should still be able to put them to good use. Thargoid technology is, in many respects, far more advanced than our own. Understanding it could open up all kinds of possibilities and rapidly accelerate our own development. Space travel, energy, weapons, even medicine. The applications are potentially limitless. I suspect there's a key discovery to be made, one that will open up the aliens' technology to us. Who knows? Perhaps I'll be the one to make it. But I'm getting ahead of myself. There's lots of work to be done before we can start popping champagne corks. I've given the research teams their assignments. Let's see what they can find out.
So they've got Thargoid technology to have a good look at. More testing continues.
Progress is slow, and much of what we knew about the Thargoids, or thought we knew, has had to be revised. But I suppose that's to be expected. We now have 12 active research projects focusing on a number of different areas. I find myself growing impatient with some of my colleagues. But that's the problem with being a perfectionist. I set high standards for myself, and I expect others to do the same.
Bit of a ball breaker, isn't she, eh? Demanding results? Bexley Prince, Chief Researcher.
Phase 3 has been a failure. I sincerely believed we were making progress, but just because something works in theory does not mean it will work in practice. There have also been issues with the junior researchers. Some of them think they're being monitored, and one actually believes she's being held here against her will. Of course, those who have worked in this sector before know this is not the case. Naturally, our employers keep an eye on us. The work we're doing is extremely sensitive. We're researching alien technology, after all. It's a question of security. Some people can find a conspiracy in anything.
Yeah, but they're right. The flakes are right. And here's the last log.
Our employers have become preoccupied with one of the research projects. Although I've repeatedly told them it's a dead end. It isn't even an official project. It's just something that one of the junior researchers cooked up in his spare time. He's a specialist in agricultural science, trying to wipe out famine or something. Apparently, he's created a biological agent that incapacitates the alien technology. Here we are, devoting millions of credits and countless hours to understanding this technology, and he's trying to destroy it. If it were up to me, I'd cut him from the project entirely. But our employers seem to think his work has merit.
Interesting stuff, eh? So we know where it's all going. It's the weaponization of his agricultural enzyme. So, time to go on to our last one now, which is Stuart Retreat. Now we are doing this in reverse, because it's more exciting that way. I think it is anyway. Scarab. Board ship. The next place we're off to now is Stuart Retreat. And Stuart Retreat is in the HIP 15329 system. to our nav. Back down again, look. The 202 light years. Here we go.
Landing gear retracted.
Let's charge on it with our escape vector. Clear the planet and blast on with it. I think we're clearing things now quite nicely. It's all very dark, as you'd imagine. All right. Good stuff, Ace.
Frameshift drive charging.
We got 5 jumps to go before we get to Stuart Retreat in the HIP 15329 system. Took all morning, I bet. Now again we do the same thing, rock in, honk the horn, bit of scanning, move on. This is taking its time. This could be a connection issue. Oh no, here we go.
Fuel scooping.
We are getting a load of data here.
Frameshift drive charging. Fuel scooping.
Let's take a bit of fuel on while we can. So we're getting 300 units very nearly per second. Time to go. It's enough fuel for me.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Two more jumps to go.
Frameshift drive charging.
And then we want planet A3 when we get to the HIP 15329 system. Good stuff, Ace. Put that in the Discord. I've got a fleet carrier section as well, if people want to know.
Scan complete. Fuel scooping.
We'll put a link to the Discord in as well.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Okay, here we are, and we want planet A3. But as we get close, we're going to find exactly where it is. Yep, I get a link to the Discord now. Let's just clear this planet. Where is it? There's the Discord link, everybody. Stuart Retreat. There it is, A3C. Here we go. Yeah, sure. Just get ourselves lined up. Dark. We're pretty much on the money there. Just pop it on the description. There you go. I completely missed it. No, I haven't. There it is. Here we go, Stuart Retreat. There you go, I've updated the description. There's Stuart Retreat. This is where it's all started. And we're down.
Drive assist on. Low gravity warning. Cargo scoop deployed.
Here's the base. Total darkness, in case you missed it. There's the comms up log. Let's get that scanned. Bit of a look around. You've got these big sort of like inflatable agricultural pods here. Grid resistors, we'll have that. At least there's something to pick up here. Another system log to scan. Crystal shards, got loads of those. That we've just scanned, I think. Yeah, scanned that. Another log there, scan that. How many do we need? There's our logs. One more. Picking up materials as we go. That's all the logs. Galvanizing alloys, we got all that. Grid resistors. Bit of data. Heat conduction wiring. Yes, we'll take all of that. See if there's anything around here. There's not like many things to pick up. But what is? Basic conductors. Quite rare they are. Even for basic conductors. So, what's interesting to point out with this base, and we'll just get round to it now, is these sort of structures. You can just make them out. These sort of deflated, sort of like habitation structures there. It's a shame we can't see it a bit better. Might be another one over here. Yeah, there's 3 over here, look, or 2 over here. You can see them a bit better here. These are interesting. You know? They should be nice and inflated. Obviously it's been, you know, knocking about for a while. So they've deflated. But, you know, it shows that they're doing something else here. It's a bit of variety. So, let's go through the logs. So, whistleblower. That's where it all started.
I don't have long. Once they realize I'm gone and the data's been copied, they'll send their attack dogs after me. I know they will. But someone needs to show the galaxy what the INRA really is. What it's doing. What it's hiding. I'm sorry for the part I've played in this. Truly. I was a researcher at a facility in the Hermitage 4A system exploring agricultural applications of Thargoid-derived technology. The lab was owned by the INRA. Publicly, the INRA likes to emphasize the whole altruistic cooperative thing, but in recent years it's become much more focused on weapons testing and manufacture. Believe me, it's a military contractor in all but name.
So they're trying to expose what INRA really is.
nature of my field was the study of disease-resistant crops, mycoproteins, that sort of thing. I was getting good results, even if my superiors took no notice. Then everything changed. I was running a bunch of control experiments, just trying a few things out, really. It was an afterthought. It wasn't even related to the main body of my work. The results were interesting. I didn't think they were particularly significant, but something made me take it directly to one of the INRA guys. I didn't want to go to Dr. Prince. She'd always been pretty dismissive of my work. I would give anything to be able to undo that decision. Anything.
So you've got a scientist filled with regret. And now for the final log.
All my equipment and samples were whisked off to some remote facility. Later I found out it had been taken to a weapons testing site in the Alnath A2AA system. My research was used as the basis of a new superweapon designed to destroy the Thargoids. I heard they experimented on live captives. I doubt any of it was strictly legal. It certainly wasn't ethical. To the public, the INRA is a symbol of all that is possible when superpowers set aside the differences and work together. Well, it might have started off like that, but it's something very different now. Progress at any cost. Might makes right. All our worst impulses channeled into an unaccountable organization focused solely on making bigger and more powerful weapons. Bigger and more powerful weapons. God. If you find this, if someone finds this, make sure it gets out. Please. It's time people knew the truth.
So there you have it. It was known right at the very beginning. Then the research was taken off to Alnath, which was Klatt Enterprises, which we know. Then, you know, from Klatt Enterprises, Hollis Gateway. Then you know, Maize Chemical for manufacture. Then they tested it at the medical research facility to make sure they had a vaccine. Then it was shipped out everywhere via Hogan Depot to places like Almeida Landing, Stack and Taylor Keep, where Taylor Keep was where they gave it to Jameson. So what we're going to do now is we're going to head on off to the Commander Jameson crash site in the HIP 12099 system. And he's on planet 1B. So we're going to rock on over there now and go and put this to bed, and that will sort of like finish our INRA storyline that we've been doing over the past 2 days. So let's get back to the ship, wherever that is. There it is. Okay, here we go. And board ship. Now, where is it? Indeed. So, not too far away. Just one jump. And that's the resting place of John Jameson. Now, somebody else in system. Somebody parked over there, look. Someone who's dangerous, lawless. Here's a little vulture. Just over this this area. Down there, hiding. Yeah, the Brotherhood of Hip. That's where he is. The old Brotherhood of Hip. I'll give him the Brotherhood of Hip now. That's his shields out. Give him a bit of a pasting. Of course, we're not really set up for fighting in this ship. With a missile away. He's down to 24.
Target destroyed.
Laters, mate. Maize for pieces. That was a little bit of excitement, wasn't it? Unfortunately, nothing to pick up. So let's go. We got somewhere. We got a place to be. We've got to unselect that. Now the good thing about Jameson crash site is materials and data. That's the good thing about it. Lots of material and lots of data. But it's proved one thing. I've got to engineer this Anaconda better. I mean, what have I got here? Beam lasers. Overcharged weapon with thermal shock. Great. My pulse laser. Scramble spectrum. Again, overcharged weapon. The beam lasers. Short range blaster. But I am getting a hell of a lot of heat. So my multi-cannons. Long range weapon. So yeah, something's got to change there. Anyway, Commander Jameson, that's where we're going. Just one jump away, and that puts a lid on what we've been talking about in regards to the INRA. The Intergalactic Naval Reserve Arm. So here we are. Resting place of a legend. We want I think it's 1B we want. That's right. Loads of other commanders and fleet carriers in the area. Because it's such a lucrative thing to go and do, right? When we get close, it'll pop up. Look at it. Everybody's here. Great source for, I think, Class 4 data. I think. Right, what we want. Where is it? I saw it just then. Jameson crash site. It's what we want. And this is the same location as the Stack crash site. So he did his job, really, and then bought it. But we're going to see this now. Let's turn the fleet carriers off. Makes things a bit easier. Jameson's crash site's on the other side. Here it is. Slow us down a bit as we're going in. Engines and systems.
Orbital flight engaged.
Let's slow us down. You know, and it's for a planet and Jameson's resting place. Mountain ranges, desolation, canyons. Yeah, barely in the light. You're right there. Just so we can pick this up. There we can just make out in the center of the reticule. Crash ship. You can see it right there. Get a bit closer. It looks like we're approaching this from the back, so we'll swing that around. You can see there's beacons all around. You can see the just make out the crash marks. And there it is. take a closer look. There's the quintessential Cobra Mark III. Materials to pick up. Cargo to pick up. And that's one beaten up Cobra. And there it is. JJ 386. Quite solemn, really. Let's get this on the ground. If we can.
Landing gear deployed.
Might be a bit awkward for us. And suitable terrain everywhere we go. Really should have brought a smaller ship. Nope, I got no for parking this anywhere near. I was thinking perhaps over here. Ah, there was somewhere there. Can we get it down? We're down. We should be down. It's not unsuitable terrain. We're down. Thank God for that. That would have been embarrassing, wouldn't it? Deploy.
Drive assist on. Low gravity warning. Cargo scoop deployed.
Right. Where is it? So normally I land facing the things. I know where it is. This time I've absolutely no idea. Right, over there. Just over this ridge. Now we've got bits of Cobra Mark III here, look, torn off. And here is the ship. Quite eerie, really, isn't it? I'm just taking a quick high-resolution picture of that. Because I do like coming here. And there it is. No one in the seats, as you can imagine. But that there is the ship. And luckily, it's in light. Now, got contacts. Comms control there. Let's pick up some of these, see what we can get. Got a few things scattered around. Let's scan it. Into log. Quite a few other things there to pick up. Just nice and easily scan these comms control beacons. Got a typical encryption archives there. Got a canister of chemical waste. A canister of battle weapons. All legal salvage. So my cargo hold is full. There's still things to pick up. But really you're here for the data. And what happened? I think we already scanned that. So I think that's them. All data point telemetry links established. We got them all. Let's see what happened to Elite's main protagonist. Commander Jameson's log. 1 of 4, so we've got one more to get. I thought I scanned them all. There it is. So, let's back out. Give us all something to look at. Right. Four of 4. 1 of 4. Here we go.
Hey there, kiddo. Now, I know I said I'd be coming home soon, but they've asked me to do something important. And I couldn't say no. I wanted to be there, believe me, but sometimes you have to make sacrifices. And, well, this is one of those times. I don't know if that makes much sense to you, but maybe it will do when you're older. Anyway, I thought I'd send you this log. I know it's not the same as being there in person, but it's the best I could do. I'm sorry. I'm not really supposed to talk about my mission, but if I'm going to miss your birthday, the least I could do is give you a good story. Consider yourself sworn to secrecy, soldier, okay? I'm sitting in the cockpit, waiting for the all clear. They want to tinker with her for a while first, but they don't seem to have done any harm. All systems online, everything's looking good. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't feeling just a little jittery. You know, I've fought bugs before, sure, but never more than one at a time. Flying up to one of their high shifts, well, that's a whole different story. Hell, I don't even know what I'm carrying. Classified, they said. All I know is it's designed to target the bug's hyperdrive so they won't be able to leave the system. Of course, if it doesn't work, I'm just kicking the hornet's nest. That's why I've set my nav system to jump out as soon as I deploy the payload. You know, can't be too careful. Wish me luck. That was almost too easy. Thread my way past the perimeter, mass Maize signature so I'd get close to the superstructure. I tell you, I've never seen a hive ship up close before. Doubt many people have. It was amazing, kiddo. Beautiful, really. Makes you realize just how smart they are, how advanced. I admit it. I hesitated for a moment before I hit the button. I had to remind myself it wasn't them I was attacking, just their technology. As if this Mycoid virus of theirs even works. Oh, man. I watched the payload rocket into the belly of their ship and stuck around just long enough to make sure it hit home. Then I punched the throttle. Whoa! Whew. I'm coming home, kiddo. I'm coming home.
So he did it. He got there. He destroyed the hive ship, or at least gave it a nasty headache. But it continues. Here's log 3 of Commander John Jameson.
It was supposed to target the hyperdrives. That's what they told me, just the hyperdrive, so we'd be safe again. So we could live without fear. Well, it did a hell of a lot more than that. There were sensors on the payload so I could monitor the reaction and make sure it activated properly. I'm staring at the data now. The weapon is lethal. They knew what it could do. They knew what it could do, and they used it anyway. How many have we killed? Thousands? Millions? God forgive us.
There you have it, everyone. And then, if that wasn't bad enough, the final log. That's right, Crazy Cowboy.
Got myself a bit of a situation here, kiddo. My guess is that they installed a program in my ship and set it to trigger after I deployed the payload. All my systems are dead. The controls are out. Can't even access the escape pod. And the ship is on a collision course. And there is nothing I can do about it. We need to inspect your ship, Commander. How did I fall for a ruse like that? Oh, God. Oh, I'm at least partly to blame. Gotten old, careless. I should have quit years ago. I guess I should have known they wouldn't want me coming back. And the bugs are dangerous, no doubt about it. But, well, this is mass murder we're talking about. You can understand why they want to keep it a secret. I know some men wouldn't want to admit they've killed thousands of sentient beings. I guess the guys back at base think they're doing me a favor by burying me out here in the black. Personally, I'd rather people knew what happened, even if I didn't come out of it looking too good. I don't have much time. There's a big old plant in my viewport, and it's getting bigger by the second. People will talk about what I did after I'm gone, the missions I flew, the things I accomplished. There's something I want you to remember. No matter what they say, whatever garlands they hang on my name, whatever they write in my tombstone, you were my greatest achievement. I love you, son.
And that was it. One massive stitch-up. What was thought to be a mass genocide, to stop the war, to take out the enemy completely. Some could question the ethics, some not. We saw that in the logs with some of the scientists. This mycoid weapon, with Odyssey coming imminently, and what's happening with the Thargoids in the Coal Sack and in the Witchhead nebulas. Are we going to see a resurface of this? Is there going to be an all-out Thargoid war? We just don't know. But anyway, thank you very much for watching this two-part live stream. I'll put the link of yesterday's stream in the description of this one in case you missed the first 4 INRA bases, which were Carmichael, Taylor Keep, Stack and Almeida Landing. And then today, as we've seen, we went to Velasquez Medical Center, Hogan Depot, Maize Chemical Plant, Klatt Enterprises, Hollis Gateway, Stuart Retreat, and here, the crash site of Commander John Jameson. Bringing it all here. Glad you've liked it. It's great. Means a lot. It's not what I normally do with the streams. Normally I do these in individual videos, and those are on my channel. Yeah, you know, well, doing it in reverse, you get the context, you see. You do get the context of it. Right the way to the beginning, you can see the subterfuge as it happens. Alright, accumulating in Jameson's crash site. So I'm glad you've all liked it. Really means enough. Join the Discord. Like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. I'm not only am I on YouTube, but I'm also on the Facebook. And I'm also on the Twitch. So, all good stuff. And that's right. If you haven't already done it, drop a like. Share it out if you want to as well. I've really enjoyed doing it. It's been good to go and do this on a journey, and you've seen it all happen real time. And it's taken about, I think about 5 hours really, to go from soup to nuts, right the way to the end. And it's been good, and it's been absorbing, and it's been nothing on television over Christmas anyway. So it's been a good thing to do. So I'm also open to ideas on what to do for next week's stream. Don't really want to go back to mining and all the rest of it, so if nothing else comes up, it'll be a bit of combat. Unless some of you have a good idea, and then we can do that. So let me know, either on the Discord or in the comment section of this video, whether it be on Facebook or YouTube or Twitch, and we'll do that. But have a good Sunday. If you're in work tomorrow, don't get too depressed. I've been Ricardo. Thanks for watching. See you soon.